Cannabis growers debate this all the time. Should you repot as your plants grow or just start in your finishing container? Come on, let's settle this once and for all, Hussy. But before we do, today's video is brought to you by Real Growers Grow Dots, the easiest way to feed your high-value plants. You mix Grow Dots in once at the beginning of your grow, and they feed your plants all the way to harvest. You don't have to worry about nutrient burn or nutrient lockout. Grow Dots does all the hard work for you. Check them out over at realgrowers.com. And while you're there, use coupon code Scotty420 to get 20% off your first order. Now let's get back to the show. Come on, Hussy. You're a grower. Do you repot? Do you just go in your final containers? What do you do?
I have never done the up potting thing.
Right.
I get clones from you or from other friends, and then I just go straight into the real buckets.
Sure.
But I've seen the up potting, and it seems like there's legitimate cause for why people do it. So I'm interested to hear your take on it.
Absolutely. You know, I have a bamboo nursery in Florida.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when I'm growing those type of plants, they're very aggressive rooting plants, and I have to keep them for years. Sometimes a year, sometimes a little longer. So what I'll do is I'll start with a small, maybe a 1 gallon container, and then as it fills that 1 gallon container, I'll expand out. That's why if you look at nursery containers, they're 1 gallons, they're 3 gallons, 5s and 7s. Each one of those has about 3 inches of, would it be perimeter, circumference bigger?
Yeah.
I don't know. Around, okay? It's 3 inches, and what it's supposed to do, you're supposed to take your completely, I don't say root bound, but a filled container. Say I've got a 6-inch container that's 1 gallon. I'm putting it in a 10-inch container that's a 3 gallon. All that has to happen, that super dense root system just has to expand out a little bit more. The idea behind it is when you have a 7-gallon container that's going to flowering or whatever, it is filled with roots. It is filled with a dense root system.
Okay, so how come if I just take a plant like the ones that we're talking about at nurseries,
Sure,
and I just go straight into the 7-gallon, how come it doesn't root out the same way?
you could, but you're going to have a much less dense root zone. So you're going to have a lot of pockets of soil. That soil could be, of course, you need soil, but you don't want giant pockets of moisture or pockets where there's no nutrient left. You want a good dense root system that's always able to access new soil. And don't forget, when the root actually only works from the tip, okay? And the tip, what I mean is when you look at a root, it has fuzz all over it, right? Or a really healthy root. All those are little root tips. All those are little absorption points. They're really fragile too. They almost remind me of trichomes a little bit. When those root tips hit the side, the plastic wall, or when they hit the side of something, or when they hit a pocket where it's totally dry or totally over wet, think about oversaturation and drowned in the roots, well, those tips die. So once you do that, you lose your nutrient absorption capacity. So we want to keep those roots in really good shape. We never want to hit them the side of the plastic. We never want them hanging out where it's too wet or too dry. Don't say real buckets, man. Yeah, but it's a big deal.
So that confuses me because when I have done it, I've taken them out of the solo cups.
Yep.
And I've got the cup and cup so I can see the inside solo cup.
Yep.
The roots usually are up against the plastic there.
Yeah, that's why you want to transplant that into a bigger container. Think about it. Those roots have those tiny, you've seen what root hairs look like. Mm-hmm. If they're pushed up against plastic, they're not doing their job.
So then my concern would be if I'm going from one to the next.
Sure.
That's like 3 different chances for the roots to hit up against the side of the pot before I up pot.
Yeah, it is best nursery practices. Don't forget I said nursery, which means a lot of times they're not doing, they're not growing cannabis, and they're not growing it as fast as we are. If you're doing this with a tree or a shrub that you're going to put out to market 4 months from now, it has to sit in a container for 2 months at Home Depot. That's when you would use these best nursery practices. Cannabis is a little bit of an anomaly where it wants to grow. It wants to fill that container.
That's That was actually my next question, because I go from solo straight into the big real buckets. The real
Yeah.
buckets are what, like 3.5?
Right around 4 gallons.
Yeah, and I never have a problem.
Because the biggest thing you got to worry about when you have too big of a container, at least for cannabis, is the soil stays too wet. Your roots drown. You know, it's as bad or worse than them being too dry.
Right, but since the real buckets are waking up from the bottom.
Always the same moisture. And then also the nutrient is an issue too. When things get too dry, the pH, when the soil gets too dry, the pH changes, the concentration of nutrients change. So those type of things really are what you want to look out for with what we're growing with cannabis.
Okay, and then this isn't just going to be a plug for real buckets, because I've also seen AC Infinity has these like net, fabric pots.
Man, you got to get hip, bro. Fabric pots. They've been here for 10 or 15 years. They're awesome. And by the way, they're also used in like nursery industry in Florida with the palm and all those growers. They use these things because they call them air root pruning pots. What it means is, remember, the roots absorb through that tip. Mm-hmm. So when the tip goes to those air root pruning pots, the fabric pots is what we're talking about. I think they're very similar. Most of them are. Mm-hmm. But it can't, it hits air and it stops growing.
So instead of hitting plastic, it hits air.
Yep. And when it hits the plastic, by the way, it doesn't just die. It starts looking around. It starts going down, circling, doing everything but accessing good nutrient in the soil. So those air root pruning pots, root will hit the sidewall. Instead of going down, it'll hit the air. It'll tell it not to expand anymore, and then it'll branch out.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll get tertiary roots, man. I just wanted to say a big word.
All right, so the biggest reason why I haven't done the up potting is because it seems like a huge pain in the butt for something I only need to grow for 3 months, 3.5 months. And I haven't had any issues that you might run into with, like you mentioned, shrubs or trees. It works fine just going straight from the solo into the 3.5 gallon.
Yeah, but if it's what, I don't know, winter right now. Okay, I don't know what month it is, man. But if I'm growing, I've got that greenhouse out there. I have 30-gallon smart pots out there. I have some 60-gallon smart pots. If I'm growing there, I don't want to take a plant and just take a solo cup and put it in there. It's going to stay wet for months. So for that type, if you're doing outdoor or something, sure, step it up a 1 to 3. If I was going into those 30s, I'd want to go in with a 7-gallon container minimum.
Oh, yeah. And I've seen the ones that you grow out there. Those are like giant trees compared to the plants that we're growing indoors.
Yeah, I mean, out there, in my outdoor, I actually have 100-gallon containers. Smart pots, too. Root pruning smart pots, yep. Hey, final thought on this is best nursery practices say to up pot. You always want to keep your plant going from wet to dry and up potting so the roots can expand and be really dense root system. A lot of times that's when you're growing larger plants or when you're growing something that's going to last more than, 100 days for the most part. My growing cycle is maybe 100 days. So you can get away with a lot. The cannabis is so aggressive. We've got such a great environment, or at least theoretically we should. So these things, you're going to be able to bypass the step up, and you'll still get great results. Hey, but that is just the way I do it. What about you? Do you up pot? Do you step up from your solar, your finishing container? Let me know in the comments. Come on, if you like this video, please hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, share this one with another grower you know, and check out the other couple videos YouTube's recommending. I sure hope you'll dig them.